Welcome back to the Dry Fire Journal. This is day 78, and we're going to talk about getting on your trigger. You can tell there's nothing in my Firearm, my 365 XL, because of my handy dandy barrel block. It goes all the way through the barrel into the chamber. There's no good reason why you shouldn't be using one, and you can get your very own barrel block by going to blocksafety.com, bloksafety.com. And the cool part is when you enter the code Redhawk at checkout, you get 15% off your order, so check that out. Today we're going to talk about getting on our trigger, and you can take this drill and apply it however you would like, including tossing it. Every one of these videos is simply an experiment and a way to think differently about our shooting. And today is a micro drill about moving from index to trigger. And when I mean from index to trigger, I don't just mean touching it. I mean taking up the slack in my trigger, whatever that means for you and your firearm. Here's how we're going to think about this. I am going to index and aim off camera and have my eyes transition to my next target. I moved my head too much. I'm going to have my eyes transition to the next target, which is right here. I'm going to have my eyes transition to the next target, and the moment my eyes move to the target, my trigger finger leaves index, takes up the slack of the trigger by the time I get to my target. Just try this, because there are several things you need to feel. First, you've got to leave. Don't think about where you're going. First, you've got to think about leaving here. And as you leave, we've talked about this with trigger bounce. We've talked about this with our eyes leaving target. You've got to leave, and the more you think about leaving, the faster you get to where you want to be. Trust me, try this, it works. So the first thing we're going to think about is leaving our trigger. So as my eyes move, my trigger finger, let me get in camera. As my eyes move, my trigger finger leaves. As my eyes move, my trigger finger leaves. As my eyes move, move my head. As my eyes move, my trigger finger leaves. Let me try that again. Eyes move, trigger finger leaves. There we go. Eyes move, trigger finger leaves. There we go. This is a whole lot to work on. Try it, trust me. Eyes move, finger leaves, and then as my firearm travels to my target, I'm already at the wall. So as my firearm is moving, I am only bringing up slack in the trigger to the wall, whatever that may be, for you. So my eyes leave, my trigger finger leaves, I take up slack, and now the moment I see what I need to see, I have an accurate first shot. This is not about working reset. This is not about anything other than training your finger to get on the trigger by leaving faster. Give this some work, give this some thought, and as you do this, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, what did I experience? Number 2, what am I experimenting with? And number 3, what did I do well that I can build on? One thing I talk about a lot in classes and have talked about a lot in these videos is that if we only focus on our negatives, we grow a lot slower. So think about what you did well, think about what you can build on, and get to work on that. And I will see you tomorrow from Tomball, Texas, because at the time of this filming, it's Thanksgiving week. See you tomorrow.